guys, and welcome to another live. I'm going to have Ishmael on today, and we're going to be speaking a little bit about him, about the conference on the 7th July in San Diego. So yeah, welcome. Let me know how you guys have been. Hi, Sarah. Hi, guys. Welcome. Hello, hello. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. And yeah, we'll be taking some questions. If any of you have anything in specific, I'm just going to let Ishmael in now. Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
How you
How
doing,
are
Althea?
you?
I'm
Nice to
well, thank
see you
you.
again.
Likewise, my sister.
How have you
Likewise.
been?
Oh, I've been super busy. I've been just doing so many things, working on a couple of new projects, one of them being a third book that I've been actually working on and off for the last year, but due to the fact that I've been super busy. And I also write when I'm inspired, when I'm getting the downloads and the transmissions. So every now and then I'll pick it back up. It's a manuscript that I'm working on, and I just write. But on top of that, I'm excited because there's a lot going to be happening this year, not only event-wise, but on a galactic and planetary level. I mean, things are shifting massively. I'm sorry, I'm like cleaning my desk here as I'm going live here, but yeah, I'm excited. So how are you doing?
I'm well, thank you. Yeah, also I'm feeling a big shift. I'm feeling a
Mm.
lot on a collective level. There was a very big template that was cleared a few weeks ago,
Hmm.
and all stepping into higher timelines. And I'm seeing this a lot with the energy workers and with the ones who have done the work, who are putting in the effort, who are speaking publicly. So yeah, do you want to maybe give us an update from your end on a galactic level, what you picked up, what you know that's going on? Yeah.
Absolutely. So as of the portal 2 months ago, due to the solar eclipse, that was a very interesting and amazing, you could say, uh, event that was orchestrated by the forces of light on many different levels. We're talking about the Galactics. We're talking about members of the Earth Alliance, which is the forces of light here on this planet, that actually took over some of the advanced technologies that were being used by the Darksters, or the Dark T-shirts. Some people call them the Cabal, the Illuminati, and so on and so forth. I just call them the Dark T-shirts now, just to make it more, sensible.
Yeah.
But they took over the CERN facility about a year ago, and so for a while it's been inactive. And I do believe that they fired it up for only one particular reason. On contrary to what many conspiracy theories are saying out there about it being still run by the dark side, it's not anymore. They have been stripped of their advanced technologies. What they did is they actually used their same technology to bring us back into the original divine timeline,
Okay.
so that we could have a positive
Yeah.
ascension. So that way, all the probabilities just, there is only one timeline now,
Yeah.
that everything's going to be collapsing, and that is the Great Awakening, the golden age of enlightenment. It's here.
That makes so much
Yeah.
sense. But when I tuned in, I don't really stay much up to date with things, like that. Just because from my perspective and the space that I hold is a little bit different. But when that certain thing happened, I tuned in and I didn't pick up anything threatening. Like that was, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
what you are saying feels very much in alignment to what I picked up when I tuned in a few months ago. And I was aware. I can't remember when I had seen it. Might have been maybe probably for one of your lives that with regards to this timeline split that they wanted to create, but they weren't able to because the tech was taken over by the good guys. So it feels very much in alignment to what, yeah, I was aware of as well.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
I'm glad it resonated.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. And then, so we're going to have Ishmael at the 7-7 conference in July at San Diego. So if you guys don't already have your tickets, you can buy them through the links in our bio. It will be online and in person. So the in-person are selling very fast. So if you want to come in person, I would say rather get it sooner than later. Obviously, online is unlimited. So if you are participating online, but still, you know, kind of like get them sooner rather than later. Do you want to maybe tell us a little bit about yourself, just so my followers know, in case they don't follow you already, just yourself, your story, your journey, about your books, and just give us a little bit of background on you.
All right, sure. So I am what you call a Lyran Syrian Anuhasi. I come from multiple dimensions, just like most of you guys here. We're all soul hybrids. There is no such thing as just, oh, I'm an Arcturian, well, I'm an Andromedan. Perhaps you had an original point of origin, yes, but you know, we've lived many lives. We've been in many multiple systems, and some of us have even lived in many universes. And so my main, you could say, origin, or my main genetic makeup is Anuhasi. And I'm just like many of you, I chose to come at this time. I volunteered to incarnate. Really, it's just a projection of my consciousness into this human avatar, as I am still operating multiple avatars in many different levels of reality on multiple timelines. Believe it or not, every single one of you guys has multiple avatars. We are all broadcasting from motherships, from a higher perspective, but at the same time, a portion of our consciousness is being downstream here in order for us to animate these third dimensional vehicles. So I was born awakened, really brief. You know, I had a strong religious upbringing due to my Catholic indoctrination. However, I managed to remember who I was due to Kriya Kundalini Yoga. And at the age of 20, so ever since I was, 20 years old, I've been on this path. I'm just, remembering. I don't want to call it researching and investigating and uncovering information. I want to just call it remembering, because technically, guys, we know everything. Everything is really just stored within our genetic makeup. All we have to do is tap in through spiritual practices. So I went on this amazing path of remembering, which allowed me to write my very first book that I just recently republished. That is the brown book you see behind me, called The Secret Government. Oh, there goes my thumb up. I didn't realize I could do that here. Cool. I gave myself a thumb. That's for my book there. However, I did publish it too soon. You know, not a lot of people were ready for it back in 2008 when I was only like 23 years old, 24. And it was actually blacklisted. My book was taken off of Amazon because I really go deep into the history of the brotherhoods, the dark brotherhood, which I was able to trace it back to Babylon, which, by the way, they do have a bloodline association. It's a human reptilian, but they carry a higher concentration than of reptilian genetics than human, that, have been ruling the rings of power for the last few thousand years, but their time is up. And then I also revealed the history of the Earth Alliance, or what I called the Melchizedek Brotherhood and Sisterhood, the original priesthood and priestess, order that could be traceable back to Atlantean times. And yes, they are many call them the Desposini, the Holy Grail lineage families. But they go even beyond Mary Magdalene and Jesus Christ. I mean, King David was a white hat. King Solomon was playing both sides, but at the same time, he was mainly working for the white hats. But if you want to go back to Abraham, it just goes deep into the history of who the Earth Alliance is, the Bloodline Association, and really just the suppressed history of our world, history that was left out of the history books. Now, that book became a prequel, which I actually just republished 3 months ago. And it's been doing well. Became a bestseller for the last month and a half. That was a prequel to our cosmic origin, which kind of takes the battle between good and evil to the next level, which reveals the galactic wars between the galactic humanoids, which, of course, we know them as the Federation of Planets, Galactic. I mean, there's just so many names to describe the good guys of the interstellar civilizations. And, of course, the reptilians of the Regal system, of the Thuban, and, of course, of Alpha Draconis. But I go into great detail as to how, what really happened that led to the Wars of Lyra, the Wars of Orion, the wars of that eventually breached our solar system, that culminated in the Mars-Meldekian Wars, which explained a couple of planets that were blown up, and now all we have is just their remnants, like the asteroid belt and the Kuiper belt, and scientists are scratching their heads as to where did the asteroid belt come from? But now through computer simulation, they're able to actually accrete the asteroid belt and see that it was actually once a planet. And likewise with the Kuiper belt, which is outside of the jovial planets as we go into the Oort cloud. But the whole point is that our cosmic origin not only reveals, the prehistory of the Earth beyond Atlantean times. I talk about the different seedings, but I also talk about Earth's place in the organization of the multiverse. So yes, because of the fact that there is a universal architect, many call it God, many call it the higher power. Everything, my friends, is well organized from universes. Everything has a Stargate number, to galaxies, to constellation bodies, to system councils, which is, it's a constellation broken off into like different pieces. And then, of course, within each council, you have anywhere from 600 to 900 organized planetary spheres. So I just break it all down so that way people could, so I call it next level disclosure, per se. But that's what my work is. Um, my work is about reminding others about their true mission, as multidimensional beings, and ultimately, Althea, triggering them, because a lot of people that have read my book have told me that they have received a great awakening or an activation due to the fact that memories were triggered. Because I go into great detail. I mean, I read due to the conversation you and Kirsten, is it Kirsten? Kirsten had about 2 weeks ago. I checked out Lisa Renee's work. I didn't know who Lisa Renee was, and I checked out her work, and she gives a general understanding of the galactic history, but I go into like great detail, like the families, the people involved. I give names and everything. This is what happened from this point and in chronological order, and how it led to the fall of Atlantis. So it goes really deep.
Wow, that's so incredible. I just got goosebumps everywhere. So I know some people are asking where they can order your book. Is it on Amazon, on your website?
Both, yeah. If you guys go to, you guys could just go on Amazon and just type Ishmael Perez, Our Cosmic Origin, and it pops up, or The Secret Government, Invisible Architects. Or you could go to my website, www.ourcosmicorigin.com.
And
also,
asking which one's easier to start with, which one they should read first.
if you haven't read both my books, start with The Secret Government, because that will help you understand our cosmic origin a little better.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Yeah. Like, I'm so excited to have you and like pick your brain as well of the 7/7, because he'll be sitting the Galactic Cosmic Origins panel. So that's what
Nice.
we're talking about, when we're there as well. So just like on more like a personal level, on your opinion or anything like that, with regards to moving forward, is there anything that you want to share with regards to maybe like the technology or where we're going? Maybe a little bit about disclosure, if there's anything that comes up that you feel would resonate with the audience right now.
Absolutely. So the original Earth, which was both spiritual and physical, where there was a perfect equilibrium of light body, crystalline DNA activated with physicality, was in the fifth dimension. And that was known as the Terra Earth, which existed in what many call harmonic sphere number 2. Some call it harmonic universe. I like to call it harmonic sphere because there is an infinite number of parallel universes, which ultimately all collapse into 12 original universes, which of course I do describe in my book. But I'm sorry, I tend to go into a tandem.
But yeah, I know exactly what you mean, because once you're in, once you're in,
It's just, yeah.
And so, sorry for interrupting.
No, it's okay. Okay, so we're definitely we're going back into what we call harmonic density 2 reality, where Earth is going to be restored back to dimensions 4, 5, and 6. Now, what that means is that those that are really spiritually advanced are going to advance directly to dimensions 5 and above. Bear in mind that this is not just about going back to fifth dimensional reality as we once were, but because of the fact that we do have the 12 stargates here on the planet, all stargates are going to be aligning. So some of us are going to have access to dimension 6, 7, 8, and all the way to the 12. Bear in mind, guys, that depending on your frequency, the higher you have access to the higher dimensions, you're going to have access to more ranges of reality, all the way down to the, from the 12, you're going to have access to the full spectrum, in other words. Or if you go to the 7, from the 7 all the way down to the first. And so we're going to be seeing different we're going to be seeing a lot of magical things happening in the fifth dimension and above, since we are going to be using the internal technology. Our light bodies are going to be activated. We're going to have these amazing super god-like abilities, which explains the return of the gods and goddesses according to the original oracles. And then for those new souls, or what I call the Earth Terrans, those that are non-volunteers, those, like the non-star seeds, non-celestials that have incarnated back into 3D, they're going to be evolving in increments, because again, their consciousness, they're still part celestial, a part of their consciousness was evolving from the bottom up, where they started as a mineral, then they evolved to the plant kingdom, then to the animal. So they still have to go in increments. So therefore, they're going to be existing in the fourth dimension in a type of Star Trek society, where we're going to have replicators, we're going to have anti-gravity aircraft, we're going to have portal technology, we're going to have free energy, healing chambers, modalities, all kinds of interesting things that the private sector, the secret breakaway groups known as secret space programs, have been withholding from the general public for over 90 years. All that stuff's going to be released very, very soon. And from what I understand, a lot of the people that are involved within these breakaway groups are actually have been given the green to begin disclosing what they know. As of 2 weeks ago, a big, the green light came on. They said, hey guys, it's time. It's time to reveal the truth to the people of the earth, so that they could become part of an interplanetary society. Yeah. So we're really close. We're really close to this huge event that is literally going to change everything. Yeah.
I really feel this, and I really feel that this is the year where it's going to go more mainstream on all aspects, on all levels, whether it's individual, whether it's disclosure, whether it's technology, whether it's more whistleblowers with proof that don't get shut down. It's almost like the frequency of the technology and the frequency of the interconnectedness of everything is rising. So you can't really stop it anymore. While maybe 5 years ago, the information could be contained, could be stopped, could kind of like be altered and be distorted. That can't happen anymore, because everything has risen, and the baseline frequency that we're operating at supports that. Same example, like very small thing, Instagram, social media. It has grown. The starseed movement, the knowledge has grown exponentially. Like there's a lot going on, but if you, like, for me, for example, I started doing light language and channeling back in 2017 online, and there were maybe like 10 channelers. Now it's like, there's tens of thousands of them, maybe even more, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people doing the light language, and just the fact that you have had to republish your book shows how much people are really, really thriving to want this information, how much they are more able to integrate it and absorb it within their DNA and activate and be consciously aware of where they want to go and project moving forward, within this human experience as they assist themselves and other people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
Best times to be living in.
Yeah, it's really amazing. And especially, again, after having this kind of like big template of anger that was released, I don't know for you, but for me, for example, like I came into an understanding that it's really important for us to stay very present in our emotions as we navigate these complex energies. So I don't really follow like solar flashes, solar flares and things like that, but I did feel, and then I looked up and I was like, oh, okay, this is happening, that's happening, this planet's doing that. So is there any advice or any technique or anything on a practical level that maybe you do in your practice that you would like to share with the audience?
Sure, absolutely. What I like to do every morning upon waking up is, the first thing I do is I imagine myself like a tree on my bed, and I visualize my root chakra extending deep into the earth, connecting with the roots of the earth and connecting with the core of the earth. I do that for a few minutes just to kind of like be fortified, and then after that, I call upon my ancestors, I call upon my team for protection, because being a public figure, I do get a lot of attacks. There's a lot of, you could say, I want to call them sorcerers. I don't know what they are, black magicians. Perhaps they are part of the dark cats who are aware of me, and they're like constantly trying to bring me down. So what I do is I protect myself so that their efforts backfire. And the best thing to do, guys, is to live in the here and the now. Make sure that you are fully present don't think about the past anymore, and don't worry about the future, because by being in the here and the now, you're literally co-creating both. One of the things that people are going to understand as the disclosure takes place and all the new evidence that is being discovered through the fields of quantum physics and quantum science is that the past and the future could both be changeable. It's not just one direction, where it's not from point A going to point B from left to right. It's both. Where it's like if you look at time and space like a block, and you have the future on one end of the spectrum and the past on the other, they're both one and the same. So the best thing to do is to be aware, to be in the moment, and most importantly, guys, as alchemists, we are here to transmute all negative density. So yes, there's going to be times when you guys are going to be feeling low. There's going to be times when you guys are going to be feeling a bit of sadness, perhaps a bit of anger and frustration. But that is when you have to use the power of your mind to feel the emotion and then release it through transmutation. Release it, because when you do that, believe it or not, you're also transmitting the collective negative density of the planet in general. And that helps the earth become a little bit lighter, so that when the sun is ready to release its final, you could say, trigger that is going to change everything within a twinkling of an eye, the portals are going to open. This is our ability to go beyond the fifth dimension. Like I said, most people talk about fifth dimensional reality, fifth dimensional earth, new earth. No, guys, it's, we could go all the way to the 12th if we really wanted to. This is it. So just be in the moment, be in the presence. Do not ignore your feelings. Feel your feelings. Let go of everything. Forgive yourself, forgive everyone. And most importantly, again, stay in the presence. That is your power to co-create reality, both in the future and by doing so, you're also alternating the past. If it's negative, you're bringing it back to a positive past. So you're doing a lot of spiritual work just by staying in the moment.
Yeah. Really beautifully said. Thank you. Yeah. Staying in that neutral space and that 0 point neutrality, you are really able to operate from a space of objective observation and then co-create your reality and make the choice of the timeline that is for your highest alignment. And exactly as you said, once you do that, because all the timelines already exist, you anchor into the timeline where you've cleared the trauma, you've cleared the pain, you've cleared that low vibrational frequency experience that you maybe had 10 years ago, and so you are able to then co-create more and expand more, and just be present. And us, me, Ishmael, you guys on here, the people that are going to be at the conference, we are the people that are bridging the gap. We are bringing in the information and we are kind of like transmuting it, and we are opening up this huge container of exponential growth that can happen for everyone. We like in the front lines.
Absolutely.
And and it's been so beautiful. I met Ishmael in person at the Conscious Life Expo when I was there in February, to actually be in the space of so many amazing co-creator beings and see how we all fit together in the puzzle in the same way, but also uniquely. And this is what you guys need to focus on when it comes down to finding your sense of direction. Going down whatever timeline you choose is what brings you joy, what brings you happiness, staying in gratitude, your uniqueness, and understanding that what you have and what you can bring, no one else has, because you are your unique individual. So I don't know if you want to add anything to that.
I
If there's
do, actually.
yeah.
Everybody has a piece of the puzzle. We're all different pieces of Prime Creator Source, and it is the moment when we all come together where Prime Creator Source materializes and fully is going to be embodied in the physicality. We're here to spiritualize matter, guys. The 3D, there's the original 3D, right, where we still have, and the animal kingdom, they're still going to be there. It's just right now the overlay, the artificial 3D is coming to an end. So I just wanted to let everyone know that everybody has a piece of the puzzle to contribute to the embodiment of Prime Creator Source fully in this new Earth reality that we are creating, by the way. So.
Yes, exactly. So, yeah, is there anything else that you want to add? Yeah, anything like just to conclude? Obviously, as I mentioned, you can find the tickets, I don't know, for the 7/7 on both our websites. I
Mhm.
don't know if Ishmael has do you have anything else coming up in the next few months that you would like to share?
Other than I just came back from a conference in Florida 2 days ago over the weekend. It was the Quantum Summit, which was pretty interesting. I was one of the key presenters. But other than our event coming up on the 7th of July, I think I'm gonna just take a break to write. I don't even know if I'm going on a book tour. I normally go on my book tours in November every year. But if I do, I will let everybody know. But I'm just gonna take some time off to write, connect, and just get new information so that I could have a third book ready. I'm hoping by next summer because it's you can't just write a book overnight. It doesn't just take 6 months or a year. It took me actually 10 years to write Our Cosmic Origin, almost
Wow.
400 pages. It's again, it just kind of puts everything into perspective. But so yeah, that's what I'm gonna be working on after I think the 7/7 conference, Starseed conference, is the last event that I'm going to be in person for a while. After that, I'm just going to kind of just broadcast on my YouTube channel, The Real Ishmael Perez. So if you guys want to, you know, keep up with some galactic updates, Earth Alliance updates, I'm constantly communicating with the commanders of the Galactic Alliance. And yeah, just make sure you guys tune into my channel, The Real Ishmael Perez. And you guys could access all of that through my website, ourcosmicorigin.com. And make sure that you guys access those channels through my website because I do have a lot of pirated channels, a lot of fake Ishmael Perez's out there.
Yeah,
Um,
it's the
you know,
same.
yeah, you just, I know it happens to all of us. That's what happens when you become a public figure. There's these trolls that steal your content, take your picture, and make everybody believe it's you. And,
Yeah.
and, since we're on the subject, guys, I never DM people and say, "Oh, I love your energy. I need to give you a reading." That's not who I am. Okay. If if somebody DMs you from an Ishma Perez account that is asking for a reading, block and report. That is not me. I never do that. All right. I only teach my course, my online course, Our Cosmic Origin, and then my new course is going to be Essentials. I have a second course now, but only through my website, ourcosmicorigin.com. I never DM people personally. I never reach out to people. People, when they sign up to my courses, they literally just do it through my website, and that is it. So I just want everybody to know that don't fall for those fake Ishmael Presses who are trying to make money off you. Those are not me. Those are trolls, all right?
Yeah, thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
I sometimes get these weird messages. Oh, we've been speaking for a week now, and I'm like,
Mhm.
no, like that's not me. Sorry,
Yes,
someone just my photos. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. I mean, it is, and I think people who unfortunately get scammed, it's maybe part of their contract, part of their lesson. I think we've all had an experience like that in life, maybe not necessarily online, where you think something is in one way and then it actually turns out to be something different. So yeah, but don't, there's only one. So what I'll do is I'll obviously post this, and then I will add Ishmael as a collaborator so everyone from my profile can navigate through to you and
And
vice
vice
versa. And
versa.
from my side, I just want to add, I've got a workshop happening in LA on the 28th of June, which is just before the 7/7. I've got a few spaces left, and I am taking one-on-one for light language and energy work and activations when I'm in LA. I will also be at Disclosure Fest running a workshop, and then I've got my Costa Rica retreat that's coming up on November 17th to the 22nd of November. Still a few slots left for that. It's going to be really powerful. We're going to be doing 6 days, 5 nights, and every single day we'll be doing light language and activations. We'll be working with the 4 elements and with the dragons a lot as well. And I've got a few surprises in store. Yeah, it's gonna be a very special one. So yeah, thank you so much for coming on, Ishmael. I look forward to
Yes.
seeing you in San Diego. Maybe we can even see each other before when I get to LA, because I'm gonna be in LA from next week, guys. Like
Oh, wow.
literally this time next week,
Nice.
I'll be in LA. Yeah. So
Nice.
if you want
Nice.
for one-on-one, please send me a DM and let me know. I don't know if there's anything you would like to add before I close.
Yeah, it sounds like your workshop's going to be extremely powerful. Anytime that deals or anything that deals with dragons, to me, it's just you can't get beyond that. That's like, because the dragons are the guardians of the eternal realms. They guard the gates of heaven, if you want to call it that. So
Yeah.
that's amazing that you're working with dragons.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're
Thank
welcome.
you. Okay.
You're welcome.
But thank you. Thank you for connecting, and thank you guys. You must enjoy,
Likewise.
and I'll see you
All
soon. Bye.
right. Bye, everyone.